Stream for the people who are watching us on YouTube live stream, so it ain't gonna be too professional, but yeah, I kind of just woke up, literally just woke up. I got my fucking breakfast in front of me, just gonna wait for people to come in here, set up the stream. Whew, I didn't think I would make it. Fuck me, let's go. I've never seen so many people hyped for Call of Duty in my life. Actually, yeah, 10 years ago. 10 years ago. Honestly, it's early as shit. I'm not even expecting anyone to join. But we will see. We will see. I'm bringing up the stream now. Give me a sec. I didn't even have time to make a thumbnail. We'll just do it later. We'll do it later. We'll do it later. Alright. Let's do this shit. We'll do everything later. The tags and whatever. As long as I got a description and we're live, I have a fucking headache. Save the goddamn changes. Hurry up, YouTube. Thank you. Alright. Holy shit, we actually have people in here. Good morning. Actually, it's technically afternoon, 12:58. The earliest I've been up in who knows how long. What's going, Sick Gaming? Rags, my man. So rules. Johnny's defense, brother. Ratty, Blinker Dagger. You're in class? Yeah, fuck class, bro. Oh, we got the Nazi symbol there. We gotta. We'll do this so we don't see no Nazi symbols. Zynan, what's going on, brother? Vexy, how's it going? I'm Bond, brother. It's time. Hair's looking swag, bro. This hair, I literally just woke up. What we gotta do, actually? I don't understand why this is zoomed in. We gotta zoom out. Take off autofocus. There we go. Now you can see that shit. 7 p.m. in Germany right now. Fuck me. I wish. I'm dying. My head hurts. I got my breakfast here, bro. There's 42,500 people watching this motherfucking live stream right now. I've never seen so many people hyped for a Call of Duty in years. Years. You know, it'd be so funny if there's fucking jetpacks. And I'm not making that stupid jetpack joke, but I'm just saying, like, it'd be hilarious. Like, all these people are hyped for it. They see that shit. You'll watch this thing go from 200,000 viewers to fucking 2. Alright. I gotta catch up on all this Twitter shit. I got up at 12. I set my alarm for 12. And I'm like, no, I can't do this. I have to go back to sleep. Set it for 12:30. And then I was on my phone for 15 minutes before I realized it's freaking 12:45. I'm like, shit, I gotta get out of bed, fucking brush my teeth, get my food ready. And that took me until now, and I made it. I don't know how I made it, but I made it. Ethan, what's up? 8 p.m. in Israel. Yee. Let's go. How hyped am I? I'm extremely fucking hyped, bro. I'm extremely hyped. 1 second. Oh my god, we're here. 100K people. Shh.
Peggy 18.
This day have set upon a mighty endeavor. Souls will be shaken with the violence in this hour of great sacrifice. We shall prevail.
Get your head down and keep moving!
We are all that separates the world from darkness. The enemy is ruthless. We cannot, we must not fail.
Duty first.
Perez! Won't be enough for you!
Fucking flamethrower, bro.
Casualties. We executed the mission. Get me the fuck out of here. How many? We had orders!
Oh shit.
Get to cover!
Did I see STG 44? Slam his head in with a rock?
Tell them what we're all about. No mission too difficult. No sacrifice too great.
This legit reminds me of World at War.
You're a long way from Texas, farm boy.
What the fuck is that? That's it? No. More!
You just saw the world premiere of the reveal trailer for Call of Duty World War II. And we're just getting started. We're streaming to you live from the middle of London, but today is all about you, our fans all over the world. This game is the game that you've been waiting to see, and believe me when I say it's the game that we've been waiting to show you.
That was crazy.
Call of Duty has the most passionate fans anywhere. And throughout this live stream, we're going to be answering the questions that you've sent to us from all over the world over the last few days. When we greenlit this game 3 years ago now, we knew it was time for us to go back to our roots, back to the gritty, authentic, visceral military experience that Call of Duty was built on. This game delivers all that, and it also strives to capture the intense bonds of brotherhood that came from common everyday people who rose above the most epic and horrible conflict in human history. And with Sledgehammer Games at the helm, we knew we had the right team to deliver the cinematic scale and the relentless attention to detail that this conflict deserves and demands. Their passion and creativity has been inspiring to me from day one. Call of Duty World War II does more than just go back to boots on the ground. It also delivers a gripping, immersive story and a darker, reverent tone, which captures both the epic scale and the human struggle of this incredible conflict. Like so many people all over the world, many of us, myself included, have a personal connection to this conflict.
Apparently multiplayer is being revealed at E3.
This story
they didn't do that last year.
World.
They waited.
This game truly recaptures that first Call of Duty value that no one fights alone. Call of Duty World War II also features a multiplayer game that brings back the intense, visceral, boots-on-the-ground gameplay our fans love, along with some great new innovations that push the game forward. And if you can't wait until November to play it, well, good news. You don't have to. I'm excited to announce right here, right now, that later this year, we'll be hosting a private multiplayer beta. This is just the beginning of a journey that we'll be taking with you all year. You're going to be hearing more from us more often with more information than ever as we reveal all the details we've got in store for you with Call of Duty World War II. And that starts right now. We've got a great lineup here today, ready to answer the questions that you've sent to us. In a few minutes, I'll be bringing up Michael and Glenn from the studio, as well as a few members of our cast. As you'll see, the team at Sledgehammer has poured their heart and soul into this game. No battle was too big, no detail was too small. From the painstaking historical research, to visiting each and every one of the game's real-life locations, to sweating the audio and visual details that get the era just right.
Well, they kind of did. It was
to create the most immersive World War II universe ever.
It's not zombies.
We wanted our long-standing fans to experience World War II like never before, and to introduce this historic conflict to a whole new generation of players along the way. So let's get right to it. Here's a behind-the-scenes look at the creative process at the studio, and a deeper look at what's coming in store with Call of Duty World War II.
Let's fucking go. I'm gonna mute my mic and have some cereal. I don't want to be slurping.
The Second World War goes beyond all boundaries in every category. We see more nations involved in a single conflict. We see casualties higher than ever before. Just a generation before, at the end of the First World War, the Great War, they didn't call it World War I because they expected that nothing like this would ever happen again. And a generation later, something happens that's even bigger and even worse in so many ways.
We have the honor of making this year's Call of Duty called World War II.
Our chance to tell the epic, gritty, visceral story of the world's greatest conflict.
There is a genuine interest in producing a product that is historically authentic.
Every part of this game has been researched and nuanced and studied and scanned and photographed. We really tried to get the respect and the details right of the game.
This is about ordinary people doing extraordinary things.
The brotherhood, the camaraderie, the guy next to me. That became the theme for our game.
On a personal level, honoring the story was crucial for us, and it was something we really committed to.
Our story weaves in and out of real historical events. We've gone to great pains to create those authentic battles. One of the biggest things we wanted to get across was a sense of camaraderie.
The people you serve side by side with, you develop bonds with those people.
Hopefully players will walk away from this story feeling like they really know these guys.
Welcome to the Bloody First.
And they care about them.
Art influences the game in a huge way. The lighting and the tonality and the colors. We want to be able to have the player feel something.
By creating a very believable environment, it allows the player to slip into this world.
The vision
Bro, this game
for
looks
the
fucking
art direction
amazing.
we call dark and beautiful.
Bro,
It
look
was
at these
emotionally
graphics.
dark, visually beautiful. More than just being cool and pretty, it's about trying to get people to have a deeper emotional reaction to the game.
Our modeling department is amazing.
There's
The
no
weapons,
way that was
vehicles, the
in-game.
tanks, even the cars you might see on a city street. The level of detail is just phenomenal.
It's a huge endeavor, but we have to stay true to the source material. We have to research and watch a lot of film, a lot of archive footage to see how combatants in World War II would behave. Sometimes the hardest things are the biggest payoffs. The combination of the model, the
M1 grand.
animation, and the audio creates that punchiness to the weapon.
M1 grand.
We record everything. Every location we record in for the game. The ambiences, the music, the dialogue, everything has to be created from scratch. We had a real opportunity here to do a level of authenticity and
Reminds you of
reality
Saving
true to
Private
the war,
Ryan.
true to the soldiers who fought in that war.
I
We had
haven't
this
seen
great
that movie.
opportunity with Marty
I've
Morgan,
seen,
our
like, maybe the
military
last
advisor.
half.
We spent a lot of time on a gun range with all of the authentic World War II weaponry.
It's critical to understand the absolute violence of the Second World War. It's critical to understand how weapons and firepower function.
This is a story that's bigger than all of us.
Bro,
This
these
is a
guys
whole
went
new
all
generation
out.
who might not have a lot of experience with in this time period. I think this is a great opportunity to have them experience that and feel that.
We've made something pretty incredible, and I'm very proud of it.
It's perhaps the greatest compliment I've been paid in my career to work on this project.
This is the most powerful game I've ever worked on. It's very personal, it's very humbling.
You know, I've been making games for over 26 years. And I'll tell you, it's the best game we ever made.
That actually gave me chills when he said that, bro.
And that is how you do a global reveal, because that's what it was, the global reveal of the new Call of Duty game, going back to World War II. I'm
I have
OJ
no
launching
idea
the
who
BFI
this
in London, the IMAX screen, the biggest screen in the United Kingdom, which seems a fitting
Is that
place to have
Mr.
a game of
Dalek,
such
JD?
cinematic scope. Now, watching that trailer for the first time, like you, I was so hyped watching it, and I would be hyped if it was any Call of Duty game, but the fact that Call of Duty is going back to its roots, I mean, I need to just calm down just slightly, because I'm overhyped right now. But between the trailer and the video that we just saw, I am dying to know more about this game, as I'm sure you are. That's why you've tuned in to
Yeah,
this.
multiplayer
So who do
reveal
we
at
talk to?
E3.
Well, we talked to the people who made the game. That is Glenn and Michael from Sledgehammer Games. We're here right now. How excited are you guys right now?
Dude,
6
after
months and
2.5
8 days
years
away
of
from
sitting
release.
quiet, this is an incredible moment, so thanks.
It is just an exciting moment. Now,
Yeah.
my heart's still racing. The audience picks up on that.
Thank you.
It was a great trailer. My heart's still racing from it. It was gritty. We talked about the art direction in that documentary, which
Chills
was
on
dark
my
and
spine. Yeah,
emotional.
bro.
Do you know, it felt like what I would guess it would be like to be in World War II. Can you tell us a bit more then about the detail and the research that went into making this new Call of Duty?
Yeah, you know, getting World War II right is incredibly important to us. Many of us have family members that have been touched by the war, and paying attention to every detail is our way of honoring them. We spent 2.5 years researching, studying, taking thousands of photos, watching documentaries, and meeting with World War II veterans. We visited museums, driven vehicles, fired
That's
weapons,
not me breathing.
and used
It's not
photogrammetry
me.
techniques to capture even the tiniest
I think that's Glenn Schofield.
Yeah, that's right. Look, we've gone to great lengths to follow in the footsteps of the soldiers of World War II. You know, in addition to Normandy, we literally traveled the routes of the 1st Infantry Division and other Allied units, from the English Channel to the hedgerows of northern France, through Luxembourg and Belgium and past the old city of Aachen, frankly, all the way to the Rhine. And it was great. We dug deep into the historical battle locations where many of the soldiers fought and sacrificed.
You talk about history, you talk about the accuracy. Am I right in thinking you had a historian working on this? In fact, we saw him, didn't we? In that
did.
mini-doc.
Yeah, we certainly did. Marty Morgan, amazing. He's renowned World War II history historian and author. He's been a huge part of the team. He's worked with us for the last 2 years, and he's frankly devoted his life to capturing the stories of soldiers on the front line. And so with him as a cornerstone of our research, and a tremendous sort of asset to the team. He's really helped us capture the essence of war for fans.
Now, we only learned about this a couple of days ago. You'll have been sitting on this, I think Glenn said, for 2.5 years. Since the reveal, how are you feeling right now? What have those days been like?
Oh, my
Those tanks and
goodness.
multiplayer
It has
FML,
been really amazing.
they weren't that bad.
Unbelievable.
They're OP
frankly.
as shit, but they made the
And,
game fun.
Yeah, the reaction's been really positive.
I think Sledgehammer
and
will
warming
revive
and
COD.
Really to all the
COD never
hardworking
died,
developers at
but it'll
Sledgehammer
definitely
Games
bring it back
home
to
and
where it
everybody
was.
at Activision. It's really been great. And for Glenn and I, it's really
But we
humbling
won't
to
know
have,
until like
you know, the
multiplayer
opportunity
is
to tell
revealed, because
this
that's like the
incredible
thing that
story of
everyone
heroism,
plays and shit.
to honor the men and women who
They went all
sacrificed to
out,
bring
bro.
around victory, and what really is history's greatest.
You go to Auschwitz
You
and
know,
bust a nut in
the
Anne
team
Frank's
back
house.
in Foster City is watching the stream right now, and a shout
They
out.
were the first to introduce
to
extra
all
jumps
of
and
you,
future
and thanks
shit.
for your hard work.
Because I'm guessing it has been 2.5 years of hard work. Really hard work. Now, we've got tons to discuss, more questions that are coming in from you. You can get in touch with us on our social channels. And if they say that no man fights alone, no man presents.
Bro, if this
alone.
is like a World at
Because
War, it's
alongside
definitely
me
gonna bring
is a
back,
YouTuber,
like,
I call him the Crown Prince of Zombies. That
the
is Mr.
audience
Dalek
and
JD,
all
who I
the
know is
players
super
from,
hyped right now.
Like
That
MW2
is
and
correct,
shit.
OJ, and
Well,
I mean,
yeah.
that introduction was beautiful, and I'm just so happy to be here, and he's exactly right. Since Friday, we've been taking in your questions about the game via Twitter, and the response has just been phenomenal.
Definitely been playing
and
campaign, yeah,
there
I
is
know.
still time to get your questions in. If you
Infinite
haven't
Warfare is the
already.
only
All you
campaign I
need to
haven't
do
played.
Is make sure that
I'm
you
gonna
tweet
play it,
at
though.
Call of Duty, making sure you use that
Is it
hashtag
annoying?
COD World War II. Now, we
More
already
annoying than him.
have some tweets to kick off the show. We have at Cal's Tweetings, who says, "I'm so excited, I can't believe it. COD is going back to its roots."
See, there you go. That's what a lot of tweets are saying, that Call of Duty going back to its roots. But this is all about gameplay as well. How does it, going back to its roots, translate
I
to
know this
gameplay?
guy.
Yeah, Call of Duty World War II returns to that grounded, fast action gameplay that the franchise was
Who
built
said
on.
zombies?
And for us, the core Call of Duty
So far,
experience,
game looks really good. I
like the
think campaign
conflict of
will go
World
well.
War II,
Multiplayer,
really
yes.
puts an emphasis now on
Oh, the
rewarding gun
campaign's
skill
gonna
and
be
strategy.
unbelievable.
And with an all-new boots-on-the-ground experience that immerses players in the intense combat of World War II like never before, we're bringing some great new innovations too, you know, things that were designed to elevate the player experience, things we want to touch about, but we're going to save for a little bit later in the show.
We are indeed saving it for a little bit later on. Make sure
Bro,
you
the
stay tuned
campaign,
to
I'm
Live
calling
Channels,
it
lots of
right
things
now.
coming up. But Dalek, how do you feel about that?
I'm gonna
I'm
cry.
extremely excited by the fact
It's
that
gonna be
it's been
very
nearly 10
emotional, I'm
years
telling you right
since
now.
Call of Duty has been in the World War II era, and I mean that in itself is just extremely exciting. And judging by you guys over on Twitter, it seems I'm not the only one. Loads of fans are expressing their excitement around the fact of us being able to experience World War II
Bro,
era
Schofield's gotta-
weaponry.
he's gotta work on
Fans
that
like
breathing, man.
Games412 who tweets in saying, "What kind of weapons will we be seeing in Call of Duty World War II?"
Well, the team worked to bring a wide variety of weapons, you know, from both the Allied and Axis
PPSH,
forces to life.
MP40?
And for us, authenticity was key. So from the iconic ping of the empty M1 Garand to the power of the first assault rifle, the STG-44, these
I
guns
knew I
have a
saw
real
that
weight
shit.
to them that is really visceral. And it really, for me, brings me back to my fondest memories of playing Call of Duty with the fidelity now and the brilliance of what's only possible in the latest generation of gaming hardware. No automatic weapons symbolize brutality of World War II more than the belt-fed MG42, which you'll see. Terrifyingly powerful weapon.
They brought back the
with bolt-action
MG,
rifles
bro.
in World War II and the singular damage that they could inflict in combat. Like
This
the
is legit World at
M1903.
War on next gen.
And equipped with scopes or iron sights, these weapons were frankly pretty precise.
What the
And
fuck
of
is
course,
that?
Glenn here with
Bolt
his
action sniper
45
rifle. That
caliber
looks
grease gun,
sexy.
running around in spray and pray mode.
That was the gun that I'm like, what is that? The grease gun? Pistol?
That just scratches the surface, frankly.
The king of spray and pray, eh? So, Glenn, what did you enjoy most then about making a World War II game with the current hardware?
Yeah, good question. You know, I really love the detail we can bring to the game nowadays. The way the soldiers walked and talked, the music of the era, the
He's
different
hyperventilating,
locations
I
we
know.
researched as the big set pieces for iconic battles. In Normandy specifically, it's the emotions created by combining elements like the sound of the 50 caliber rounds hitting the front of the boat, the vehicles crashing into the shore, and taking cover behind the hedgehogs. In each case, we're targeting the most realistic gaming experience possible.
And that's what it's about, isn't it? That realistic experience.
I
that
love it,
visceral
though. He's
sound that goes
passionate
on
as
well.
fuck.
Dalek, what else is the community wanting to
Bro,
know?
I'd be too.
Well, Borg, we have a tweet in from It's Enigma for the Win, who wants to know what locations are we going to be fighting in?
Well, the game takes place entirely in the European theater, primarily between 1944 and 1945. And as you saw in the reveal trailer, players will storm the beaches of Normandy on D-Day, fight through the Hurtgen Forest, engage in urban combat through France and Belgium, and ultimately push towards Germany.
Riesman was a French gun back in the day.
And we want to showcase how ordinary men and women came together to
50 cal. The Barrett is not going to be in this game.
And while the story follows the 1st Infantry Division,
I don't think there's going to be
also
any
fold in a story of diverse and global
sniper
cast of
rifles in this
characters
game.
like Major Crowley from the SOE. Now he's a UK intel officer who earns recognition for his heroism earlier in the war. He helps plan the
Browning. Oh my God, the Browning,
the
bro.
French resistance activities.
Yeah, and while fighting through the German lines in France, players will be
Twitter's
introduced
going
to
crazy
other great
right now.
characters such as Rousseau, the powerful female leader of the French resistance who forms a
He
close
said
bond
50 cal.
with all our cast
Did he?
members, cast of characters, as the story progresses.
Hitler's in the
Throughout
campaign
much of the
confirmed.
campaign, though, you're going to play as
That's the time I
Private
never
Red
wanted to do
Daniels,
advanced
a
warfare.
young recruit
Probably.
who is seeing some of his first real action in the invasion of Normandy. He's joined by his best friend, Zussman, a Jewish-American private. You'll follow our squad across the European theater, and we're excited to say that a part of the cast is here today to talk more about the incredible journey.
They are indeed. We'll bring them up on stage in a second. Glenn, Michael, don't go anywhere because we will be talking to you later on with some more questions from the community. Keep them coming in. But please do give a warm welcome to Jonathan Tuck, who plays Red's best friend, Private Zussman. If we swap everyone out, let's swap everyone out here as we do this bit. And Jeffrey Pierce, who plays Lieutenant Turner. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much. And it's great to have the cast in as well, because one of the great things about Call of Duty has been that. It's been the great storytelling that goes on. And we've got the 3 Js here right now. Josh, I know you've had a huge amount of passion from this game since day one, being part of this project. What most excited you?
Well, when I first heard about it, I sat with Brett and with Glenn, and they wouldn't even tell me what the game was at first because it was so confidential. And then, you know, they just told, you know, it was really about what the history of this was about and how much detail they wanted to pay to it. And as I really got to, you know, learn more about it and actually start working on the game, not only did they pay attention historically, but the writing was so incredibly good. I mean, it rivals.
I don't know who this guy is.
Anything that I've ever read, you know, as far as movie scripts. So, you know, it's just something that I've always wanted to do, and it turned out to be as much fun as any job I've ever had.
And as Eric said earlier on, the story of World War II touches a lot of people emotionally, and that was something you brought into your performance, I would guess.
Yeah, I mean, again, who knew? I thought it was just going to be a good time playing, you know, getting to work on a video game, and it turns out that these, you know, some of the scene work we got to do in this game was amazing, and these characters are so well rounded, and you know, they were right. They really did pay a lot of attention to, you know, being historically accurate and making sure these characters were had a lot of depth.
And if we're talking about characters, tell me about your character, the guy you play.
Well, I don't know, boys. What was he? He's a bit of a dick. He's somebody who is obviously mission before man, and you know, it was something that was fun for me because I love playing the dick. I love playing the guy who everybody hates, and ultimately he has the dilemma about, you know, is it mission before man, or is it really man before mission? Because he connects to these guys by the end of this story, and that's really what drew me to it.
Well, if we're talking about that connection, what was it like then, Jeffrey, when you're working together, that brotherhood feeling, when you're capturing your performances?
Well, we've been working together for 1.5 years at this point. Once a month, coming in, work 4 or 5 days. And I think we all bonded extraordinarily well. I mean, you don't mesh with people necessarily, but we walked into the room, it felt like I'd known these guys for 10 years. And the work that we're being asked to do is of a scope of a massive feature film. And the storytelling sort of where games are at now, what you can capture,
I can't wait for supply drops. Fuck yeah, bro.
Story is as important as gameplay.
I don't know.
Gameplay
I
is
don't know how they
always
would
been
implement
seamless in
them
Call
in
of
here.
Duty, but this is like
I don't see
really getting to do
Camels would be stupid in this
a
game,
level
to be
that
honest.
you would expect to do in a film.
And once you get past the the tight suit and the little
There weren't any camels in
reflector
World
ping
at War.
pong balls
You
and
make
that.
only Call of Duty without camels.
Once you get past
That's
that,
COD 4.
it feels like you're doing theater. I swear.
Yeah.
Because there's no, there's no coverage, there's no
Yeah,
close-up,
yeah.
so everybody is active the entire time in the motion capture or the PCAP sessions that we're doing, and it's an extraordinarily active,
the volume
dynamic
up?
process where everybody is working. The time. It's an exciting process to be a part of as an actor.
That's max. Oh my
Performances are
Bro,
so
this
much
shit's
more
fucked.
visceral. And so much more of an exciting process to be a part of.
And you're relying on everybody else to help.
Battlefield
you get
has
where you need
camels
to
in
get.
it, really?
It's a great experience.
Well, because that's what you said
notice.
to me earlier. I mean, I
To
don't
be
want to give anything
completely
away, but
honest.
we met in the gym this morning. We bumped into each other. We were doing our mirror work, tons and tons. And you said it was like
Tweet
being
at
on stage,
Dalek?
and it lent a whole new dimension to your performances. Because I think when you're doing TV or film, you can be off, can't you?
Oh yeah, I mean Josh and I, this is our first video game. Jeff's done quite a few. We're used to just sitting back on our Apple boxes in between takes, letting other people get their shots, but for the first time we really had to work. The entire scene.
I mean, up to this point, it was just we
Get a
just
coffee.
do our close up and then let
Out of
somebody
there.
else do the other side.
Exactly right.
Head off to the trailer.
Yeah, off to my trailer. Call me.
No, but I mean,
That's not it. That's swear to God. That's not it.
18 months with these guys. I've gotten to see both their kids grow up. They've gotten to see my dog get bigger. We've seen other cast members, lose girlfriends, get girlfriends. So that camaraderie was very reflective of this group of regular people who are diverse in religion, in age, in geography, in color, and getting to see that group of people in World War II is, I think, a wholly unique.
Some sort of wooden box.
Is a wholly
Fall
unique
plane.
part of this
It's
game
just
that
like
I
I
think
walk
people will
over and
appreciate
open it
when
with
they
a
play it.
crowbar.
When you
That
scratch the
actually would be pretty
surface,
cool.
you find out that these
That actually
guys
would be pretty cool.
they're not
Can't
fighting
believe
for
I get so
bigger
sick you guys
ideas.
serve- I know.
The love of
It's
the
gonna be
brothers around
amazing.
them and risking their lives, sacrificing
we dropped under
themselves
100K
for each
people.
other. It's not about
Well,
flag.
people
or
only
country
gave a
when
fuck about
the rubber meets the
the-
road. It's about caring for each other.
The actual
and,
reveal trailer.
and that
Nobody gives a fuck
serves
about
the
anything else.
bigger whole. But the connection between the men and the women on the front lines is as powerful a bond as you could see anywhere.
Yeah, and one
I
thing
kinda
I
want
think
that
is also
snapback.
really
I might
cool about this
pre-order.
is that not only is it a kick-ass game,
The regular and then
but
upgrade.
there's
I don't know.
because they spent so much
Sucker
time
titties, what's
making
up,
this
Sandy Cheeks?
historically accurate.
You think it's gonna be the
It's
best
going to
campaign in
expose
COD?
the whole World War II story to a whole new generation, and that's really, I'm
Nah.
really honored to be a part of this game for that reason, and the
Wonder
fact
if
that I
there'll
get
be
to see it
tanks.
to be in a
I know.
video
And
game. The
multiplayer.
fact that it's,
Yeah, there
it
might
is a
be.
visceral
Might
sort
not
of
be.
thing, and I think that
Maybe they'll go like World at War and there'll be like a couple maps
anybody
with
who
tanks.
isn't
and
familiar
most
with
of them
World War
without-
II is going to get a real
David
feel for what
Trash
it
is
might have been
joking.
like.
Because lots of people are writing articles about that at the moment, saying that
Like-
this is how we get our history now. It's through this, and there's almost more empathy when you're fighting through an interactive character.
Well, there's 20 years since Saving Private Ryan. It's 10 years since Call of Duty had a World War II game. This is a whole new generation, and to speak to the pride that we've all felt making this
Saving
game,
Private
it has
Ryan's
been
20
a
years
true
old.
privilege to
And I
even
still
watching
haven't
this
fucking
behind
seen
the
it.
scenes to be able to share with the world
Well, the whole movie
the
anyway.
small
I've seen
role that we've
parts of
gotten to play in bringing this game to fans and a whole new generation.
E3 is in
understand World War
June.
II.
Josh, you mentioned connections.
Games are
Am I
already
right in
better
thinking
than
that
Black Ops
somebody
3?
who
Okay,
sat
Black
around on the
Ops 3 is
stage
a
right
good
now
game.
got a punch in on you at some point during the film?
Say Infinite Warfare.
He did. Like we were saying, it's just one. It's usually one take. You get the one take right, and you move on to the next scene. Well, he kept screwing it up and taking another. Can I get one more?
We had to get it right.
I just need
very
one more.
important to get it right.
Starting to wonder if
Authenticity. We're back to visceral authenticity.
What was my favorite campaign?
And you can't,
You know,
hit somebody who's
playing it.
6'4"
The game
every day
physics
without
could suck.
repercussions.
It's
so
Call of Duty.
I took my
It's
licks
all the
where
same.
I
I
could.
appreciate your dedication to the craft.
Yeah. I just don't like that take. Let's do it one more time. Look on Iron Bar. We're actually watching on the screen right now. We're watching your characters. What is it like watching yourself back? Having gone there, we saw the punch. And what is it like watching yourself
Guys,
back?
it's okay. It's
in the
not a
game
drill. You
at
can
this
get
point?
hyped.
Obviously, you've done films. But watching yourself in the game.
He
You know,
retracted his
you're-
message. What the
it
fuck? I
takes
even
a
read
while
it too. I don't
adjust
even
to
remember
this
what it
tight,
said.
suit that you're wearing. That's all colorful with these balls.
YouTube
and
got
all
rid
that.
of the thing. I can't bring it
Once
back.
Jonathan, for sure, he's been doing a lot of squats.
Heavy deadlifting. Heavy deadlifting makes the suit look nice.
Once you get past that, and once you start to see some of the results and some of the stuff that the guys are working on in Foster City and all over the world, I think I'm not sure where everybody's at, but
He did the Black Ops 3 campaign, the multiplayer. I'm more of a historic fan. Like this.
But once you start to see what you're actually going to look like,
it won't
frees
have
you up
bad
to
physics.
really.
It's fucking Call of Duty.
To really go for it.
When have they
because
ever had
it's-
bad
You're not
physics?
just in some silly suit. You're really. This is World War II, and this is some serious stuff.
This is one of the
so
cons I
it
won't
just
get
it gives
hyped
you a
for.
whole new freedom that you wouldn't
I mean, you
otherwise
get to
have.
see, you can imagine your breath when they,
That
you know,
was
when
just
we're doing
weapon
some of these
variants.
butchers,
I
and
there
you
I
can
highly
squint
doubt
and
there's gonna
fix
be
some
weapon
in the
variants in
volume.
this game.
And those guys
Highly doubt it.
who have created this game build that in for you. So that freedom he's talking about, it's so
Black Ops 3 campaign
And I
was
think
amazing.
it sets it up for what Call of Duty is, which is
played
great
that shit
storytelling.
6
But please put
times.
hands together for our cast who've come down here today. The 3 Js. Thank you so much. And all we're talking about there is the campaign. That's just all we're talking about there. Now, Dolly, I would guess you're still excited right now.
I mean, I think I'm just in a state of excitement. I can't really get out of it. That was awesome and very insightful to hear from the cast. Now, don't worry, we still have a lot of reactions and general tweets from the community to deliver to Glenn and Michael. We've got just a handful right here. We have Rob Stang, who says, I hope Michael Condrey and Glenn Schofield give us at least a little tease of multiplayer during the real. Smiley face. And at Woodworth Noah, who, and this is in all caps, by the way, this is going to be amazing. Loads of exclamation marks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, as I look through all the tweets, there is an enormous amount of questions revolving around multiplayer. Guys, what can you tell us about multiplayer today?
So there you go. The community has spoken. That's what lots of people are excited
Did they even
about.
drop
Michael,
hints of
what
the
can you
third
tell
game
us
mode?
about multiplayer?
Oh my goodness!
I think it was
we have so
leaked.
much to share.
It's some
now, we
sort
can't
of
show you a
co-op
lot
thing.
today.
They didn't
a
say
lot
anything
of
about
big
zombies.
stuff coming at E3, but first and foremost, we're
Why?
talking
Because
boots
it's
on the ground combat.
Yeah. World War
And,
II
you
is
know, that
amazing.
well-balanced Call of Duty run-and-gun action in a brutal and
I like
visceral
the Modern
head-to-head
Warfare series
conflict of
better,
World
but
War
World
II.
at War,
So
fantastic
from
game.
maps to movement to weapons to melee.
It'll
you know,
be
our
nice
goal
to
was
go
to
back
give
for a
players an all-new boots-on-the-ground experience for World War II.
Oh, that's
And then
good.
a
I
bunch of
fucking
new
loved
stuff,
it.
right?
Can't
We've
wait for the
got
next one. It's already
war,
ready.
an asymmetrical
already
allied
ready.
versus Axis.
Am I posting Outlast every day?
Mode
Yes, sir.
where factions fight to capture or defend
already
critical
ready. There
objectives.
might be like 8
now, this
videos
mode
or
changes
something.
map design, strategy,
Something like that.
teamwork.
A little bit less
We're
than
really
I-
excited
than I
about its
expected,
potential.
but yeah.
We're also
I
excited about
finished the game in 6
Divisions.
hours. I beat the
Divisions
game.
is a fundamentally new way to approach your Call of Duty multiplayer career, and it adds to the player immersion by allowing players to enlist in a specific unit of their choice. And finally, we have Headquarters. This is something special, everybody, at Sledgehammer Games, and it's the first of a kind for the Call of Duty community.
You guys
It's
start
really a
talking while I'm
living
supposed to be
space where
paying
fans
attention.
can connect, be rewarded, compete, show off, and have fun outside of matches. It's a transformation of how the community comes together, and we really want you to see it to understand it. So just a tiny peek here. Let's take a look.
Wait, what the fuck are we looking at? There's no way they actually did that. It's real?
Man, that was a tiny
That
peek.
was
I want
tinier
more.
Wow, that was a little tinier than I expected, OJ.
So when we see more, when we can see more of this,
I just
Well,
splooged in my
coming to
fucking
E3,
pants.
MP on the floor. For us, that's the first time Sledgehammer Games has been able to bring it to fans. Fans are coming to the conference, so it's going to be big. We're going to bring all that to you at E3.
that is going to be excellent.
Hey guys, hey guys, hey guys. I'm sorry to interrupt. I mean, multiplayer sounds sensational, but after reading other
You don't know what that
people's
was?
I want to ask one of
You know,
my
like
own.
the tower
Now, I
in
know
Destiny?
that there may or may
Where
not
everyone's
be
just there
sort of-
chilling?
some sort of co-op mode within.
They
within
brought it
World
in
War
Call
II
of
now.
Duty.
I am quite a big Zombies fan, and there is a lot of people watching around the world that are also in the same boat as me. So
Some
we're
sort of
asking
war
right
game
here,
mode?
right now.
That would be awesome.
What can you tell us about this co-op mode?
Absolutely nothing. no, that's sorry. Yeah, you know, our third mode is it's an entirely new story, and it's a pretty horrifying experience, sort of like your office.
Battlefield's trash.
For Michael and I, it's our first horror game in years, and we're really, really psyched about it. It's the story of the Third Reich's desperate attempt to create an army in the final stages of the war. We can't wait to share more. In fact, should we show a little something? Just a little tiny little peek.
Whoa! Whoa! It's darling before makeup.
Yes.
Oh, thank you very much. Guys, I mean,
Is that
this
zombies?
says very little, and normally I would be a little disappointed, but how can I be when, I mean, that just looks incredible. I would ask for more, but I'm probably going to get a no, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
At least I tried. At least I tried.
That is a Nazi zombie on the biggest cinema screen in
Yes.
the United Kingdom. And I
Yes.
think that is a fabulous way to end this first look at the Call of Duty World War II. Than that, it has been an absolute.
They're
ton of
bringing
fun.
back
It's been
Nazi
great.
zombies? He said Nazi.
Yeah, thanks so much. It's been a pleasure. You know, our hearts are full being able to share with fans. And we hope fans are just as excited about Call of Duty World
I've been
War II
waiting 10
as
years
we
for them
are
to bring
make
back
it.
Nazi into zombies.
Without a doubt. It really
Bro.
is the most personal and powerful game I've ever worked on. And I know we can speak for all the developers at Sledgehammer Games when I say that we're holding nothing back for November.
Yeah, and our thanks again for the support. This game is for you, and I'm sure Michael would agree. We've talked about this before, that this is the best game we've ever made.
I changed my mind. I'm
The
hyped for
best
this.
Best game.
Yes.
There you go. So thank you
Yes,
very
yes,
much
yes, yes.
to Glenn and to Michael from Sledgehammer Games. It is going to be such a wait till November the 3rd. It really is. So stick it in your iCal, tattoo it to the inside of your eyelids. November the 3rd, that is when this new Call of Duty, going back to its root, is coming out. World War II with this game. Thank you so much for joining us. Keep in touch via the social channels. How
That's
should we
it.
leave it? The way we came in. Let's have another look
Let's
at that
do
trailer.
it. Let's do it. Get the most expensive pre-order? Me too. Okay.
This day is set upon a mighty endeavor. Souls will be shaken with the violences of war. In this hour of great sacrifice, we shall prevail.
Get your head down and keep moving!
We are all that separates the world from darkness. The enemy is ruthless. We cannot, we must not fail.
Duty first.
Hey, Perez! Bumpy enough for you? How many casualties? We executed the mission. Get me the fuck out of here. How many? We had orders! Get to cover!
Lieutenant, tell them what we're all about.
No mission too difficult. No sacrifice too great.
Welcome to the bloody first. You're a long way from Texas, farm boy.
Bro, this campaign's gonna be fucking unreal.
Pre-order now and get access to the private beta.
God is finally gonna release the finished game. Holy shit. So what's next? Because this presentation is like 2 hours. Are we gonna... I guess we'll wait. Rock DLC confirmed. I wanna... Is the trailer... Did they upload it yet? They did. It's already got 417,000 views? Bro, butthurt motherfuckers are still disliking. Still. Let's make this the most liked video game trailer. Bro, it's gonna be the complete opposite of Infinite Warfare. Yeah, you're fucking butthurt, buddy. You're butthurt. Bro, I still don't understand how people don't understand that they started making this game in 2014. Welcome back. (2014), buddy, 2014. It takes fucking 3 years to develop a game. Hitler. Let's go. you're in the middle. I don't know. You gotta really like the World War II shit. What's going on? Post-show. Are you still gonna stream when it's over? No.
Cool, boys.
I don't even know what this is.
See you back at the hotel. Let's get to the
I don't even know if I wanna.
And this is Dave.
Right, okay, thank you. Do you forget for a moment there?
Yeah, I wasn't sure, man. So, look, we've got 12 minutes. There is a countdown that's going on. We're going to wrap up everything that you've seen
11:49, 48, come on, Dave.
God, what happens when it gets to 0, man? And Holly's got a list of stuff that we're going to go through, we're going to chat through, and then we're going to get Glenn and Michael back on stage to answer a couple of our questions.
I watch anyone just
So,
drain
Holly,
my ball
kick us
sack
off,
of
Holly.
jizz.
What's the number one on your list?
Okay, so this one kind of sounds a little bit daft, but with Call of Duty World War II, they have said that they haven't been able to make this before because it needed current-gen technology. So they couldn't do it previously.
It certainly looks different. Dave
Yeah, they
and I
started
are
making
quite
this game in
old,
2014.
and, we
Speaking of
remember
that.
Come on, dude.
World War II
3 year
games that
cycle.
we used to play on old systems. They did not look like this one.
I know, I
They
distinctly remember playing Call of Duties, like the first 4, in 4x3,
Yeah.
through a SCART lead.
Yeah, very
so,
close
like,
to the
SD,
screen.
I mean, HD,
Yeah, it was
World War
Glenn
II, come on,
Schofield.
Dave,
I don't
HD
know
now
what this
is,
is.
pretty exciting.
4K
I'm
thing,
looking forward to that.
Yeah, exactly. And well, like you were saying,
Oh,
it's
we
very
can get
appropriate
the
that we're here.
dick.
This screen is enormous. I hope they don't put our faces on it at any point because that would be terrible for everybody. Yeah, it's really appropriate here. It's going to be a big cinematic experience.
Are they coming back? I'm
but it's
not
also
paying
got a
attention. I
story,
was
Holly,
reading
point
chat.
number 2.
It does have a story. Yeah, we're actually going to be following Private Red Daniels.
The most American name ever.
It is the most American name ever because he is in the American Army.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
But however, there will be Allied soldiers as well, so you'll come across the French and the British.
Yeah, and it's a story about camaraderie. I picked up on that term a lot, camaraderie.
Yeah, you I can't even say it. I say it wrong. I say camaraderie.
Well, you're saying it wrong.
Well,
It's
that's why I
camaraderie.
didn't say it.
So that's pretty exciting. I mean, you know, it's going to be a story about
They said they're
a
coming
squad,
back out.
not just a
Shit.
person.
I mean, I'm bigger
and
than him.
how
I
they
don't.
interact.
He's
There's
just
also gonna be
excited, bro. He's
iconic
excited to
World War II
finally
moments.
reveal the game that they've been
Definitely,
working on
it's
for
definitely
2.5
number
years.
3.
I would
Yeah,
be
so
too,
you-
man.
oh, if you like, yeah, number 3.
I
Well,
would be
it's good.
too.
The journey is very much kind of 1945,
And probably nervous
1944,
as shit.
through Europe from D-Day. It's the kind of, you know,
Considering
it's the classic,
all the
I think,
shit
band
they got
building
for
touching
Advanced
point
Warfare.
for people of my generation. So it's going to be, yeah, moving from kind of France, that big kind of set piece of the D-Day landing, all the way through to Germany.
Yeah, I mean, we saw some of the D-Day
Gotta stay for
landings
Daddy
in the
Con.
trailer, which looks harrowing and horrible.
Shut up.
And they've also spoken about the Battle of the Bulge, the liberation of Paris, and then I heard the Rhine was mentioned, and you know, it
You were
ends
really taking notes,
in
man.
1945.
You were doing well.
I'm just saying, man. You know what else happened in
Dave's been checking
1945?
Wikipedia. He had a quick wiki before we came out here.
Shark Studios,
I'm so
congratulations
conscious of the numbers,
for the reveal.
Holly.
Let's
These
go.
ones ticking down, and our next one, which is...
Right, we're going into the multiplayer stuff. We're starting with headquarters.
Yeah.
For me, I thought this was one of the coolest things. This is like a social space. So this is
Yeah.
where you can almost come and hang out beforehand. I want to know a little bit more, and
Yeah.
I think this is. I'm going to try and push Glenn and Michael to
Well,
give me a bit more
imagine-
later
yeah,
on
well,
as
exactly.
I don't know if
Imagine
I'm gonna
for the
use it a
opportunity to
lot,
actually
Well, they
answer
said
them.
but
sneak
it looks
peek, and it was like the
fucking
sneakiest
sick.
peek ever. I mean, it was like looking through a little crack.
I
in a
actually
door.
missed it. Yeah, I
You were
I
writing
turned
notes.
away.
Bro, but Nazi
I mean,
Zombies
it's
is
pretty
back,
amazing.
man.
That's like a completely new innovation for Call of Duty. Like, so I don't know what that is going to mean.
Dude, it might be
but-
something that's like a Call of Duty Online that I'm good at now, just hanging out.
Well, you just that's the bit
Being
you're good
cool,
at.
yeah,
You're good at
social
multiplayer.
space.
Just hang out and chat to people and
Yeah,
make friends.
exactly. I'm really social.
You're really bad at making friends.
Thanks, man. Thanks, Dave. And also,
excited
there
to
was
see
some
more.
new modes
Yeah, me
which have been
too.
announced.
I don't know
Holly,
if I'll
you
use
have
it,
a line to tell us
though.
about. This is on point number 5. Divisions, right?
I will tell you my line about divisions. So this basically allows you to
I think
take
that even
on,
if the
funny
game
enough,
completely
different
sucked, it would
divisions. For
still say
example,
it's
you
good
could
just
take
'cause it's the first
infantry, or you could take
It's not gonna
being in
suck.
the armor
There's
division.
no fucking chance in hell
However,
it's
it
gonna
will
suck.
impact your MP progression.
Yeah,
the
this is
multiplayer
such a
progression.
huge thing on Call of Duty, so it's really interesting that there's this like a mode that's going to kind of change the way that you progress through the online system. And there's another one, Dave, which
Bro,
is got my
yeah.
favourite. I
Zombies
have
guy?
like, I don't know how they came up with this
Bruh.
name, but one of them's called War. New mode called War. Can you tell us what the
A
details
new
on
mode
War
called
are?
War?
I will tell you the details on War Mode. This is narrative driven. So the idea here is the players take part in some of the iconic World War II battles, the Allied versus the Axis forces, but this time you're in teams and you're fighting for strategic objectives.
Right.
As soon as I
So
heard strategy,
basically,
man, I
War
thought,
from
I'm
World War
thinking,
One.
you know, big war room table, pushing around
No.
little
Could be good at that,
guys,
yeah.
and then doing the battles for the greater good, your team.
Oh,
So
did they?
it's just great, but it is great.
They
that,
revealed all
there's
3
new modes
editions
coming,
of Call of
there's
Duty?
new, multiplayer
Bro,
experience.
I'm
It's
a
still coming
pre-order
out, Call
the
of
best
Duty.
edition right now.
We need to move along though. We're talking about kind of online experiences. Co-op mode.
Yes.
We tossed a coin. Who gets to say it?
Dave gets to say it.
Nazi zombies.
There we go. You almost,
I mean, I'm sorry, it was overwhelmed by the
zombies,
moment.
baby.
Yeah, Nazi zombies. Which, I mean, you all saw the art. Looks ridiculously
It's completely
hideous.
horrible.
Like, really, really horrible. And they've, again,
That's fucking
just
awesome,
whet our
bro.
appetites with that. So not a lot to say. But, well, you know a little bit about the story, right, Holly?
Yeah, the idea is Third Reich, they're getting desperate, so they've turned to the crazy science, which has created Nazi zombies.
Yeah, it's the classic Nazi zombie story.
Nazi
Fuck
cultism.
yeah.
Bad dudes. And we're gonna round out. Obviously, we're from PlayStation Access, so this is good news for us. The PlayStation relationship.
Thank you to the one person who walked, by the way, Justin. That's really nice of you.
Can't see you because of the lights, but you're my favourite. And the PlayStation relationship
Tricky?
continues for another year. Holly, what does that mean?
So we know the beta is coming, but we can tell you that you
Mission
will be
teams
playing
confirm
it
they're called
first
divisions.
on PlayStation
Yeah.
4.
Yeah!
First on PlayStation 4. I knew that.
PlayStation fans in the audience.
Right, well, I guess we should kind of move on to the next bit. So that was our
I knew
wrap-up. So
that.
in case for some reason you missed the live stream, this was kind of the wrap-up of everything
much
that
is
was
the most
shown.
expensive
hopefully a
one?
little
I'm
bit
all
more.
up.
But
I'm
I
all
guess we should bring our guests out so we can grill them and try and get more information.
American.
Some
What
questions
the
too.
fuck?
Let's welcome back onto stage Glenn and Michael from Sledgehammer.
Base edition 60.
I'm gonna
Oh, digital deluxe.
hide.
100 and pro 100.
Is it camaraderie?
They're both the
I
same.
said it's
Oh, we're all
There's only two.
I don't know for sure.
Oh, that's
Relax.
embarrassing. Oh, I'm going to have to change my question.
I don't
There
have
isn't
a
three.
pocket to put my hand into.
It's just a digital deluxe.
So,
It's the second in the
Guys,
middle.
so that was an amazing presentation. Thank you so much for joining us back on stage. For people who watch our channel, it's not a Call of Duty
$100
kind
a
of
US.
dominated channel, so we hear
Yeah,
boots on the
what
ground
the
a lot,
fuck?
right? And I think anyone who follows Call of Duty knows exactly what that means. But for the tens of people out there who don't, could you just kind of give us a sense of what does that mean for Call of Duty, where it is now, and what does boots on the ground, going back to boots on the ground, mean?
Waiting on a beta release
Yeah, I mean,
date.
boots on the ground, classic Call of
probably
Duty,
August.
run and gun, fast action, strategic gameplay, right? It's what Call of Duty was born with and what we're bringing it back to. So it's fun, it's fast, it's strategic, it's that great skill-based gunplay that made Call of Duty.
Did
what
they
it
upgrade
is
their
today.
engine for this? No idea.
And it's also, I mean, one of the things that really struck me from your presentation, and I mentioned Band of Brothers.
No clue.
On stage, I've actually been watching with my son. He's probably slightly too young to watch it, so I won't say how old he
What's
is.
that
But it
photo?
is very
Was that
interesting to
cool?
think that there's a generation of players out there who this is going to be their
Yeah,
first
bro,
kind
the
of big
beta's gonna
media
be
exposure
amazing.
to World War II, right? And that's
I
something that
might
you guys
even
get
do
to,
it
get to give them.
24
So is that
hours
something that
to
you
no,
guys
fuck
as a
that.
studio have thought about a lot?
I'll stream for 12 hours
you
at
know,
least. though.
we knew there'd probably be 1-2 generations that haven't really watched Private Ryan, and it's been 10 years since the last World War II game with Call of Duty. So that was one of the
10
reasons
years
why we
already.
paid real attention to getting everything right and trying to really tell the story. And as we said earlier, it's about respect, and so we want to make sure that they're not, if they do, when they play the game, they
If it's
they learn
UMG worthy,
something,
you down?
and what they
Oh,
do
fuck
learn will
yeah.
be correct.
Fuck
It's still
yeah.
about having fun, but get the details right.
I can tell you, though, when we started this journey almost 3 years ago, it was really wanting to tell a really impactful narrative and a story, largely to ensure that this sort of conflict doesn't happen again. And as we dove in with a military historian and got to know the veterans and really researched, it was powerful for us because not only were we telling the story so that it would never happen again, but we're telling it because the people who fought in that war aren't here to tell it for themselves, right? And so there is a lot of honor and respect that we've put behind this. Everybody at the studio has put behind it because it's a.
We learned
What
a lot.
sucks?
I mean, we learned so much, digging really deep into
Nothing
it.
sucks.
I think one of the other things is that in the last 20 years, a lot more information has gotten out. So, we've got some details that, may not have been around.
And guys, we talked a lot today about the
Games are basically
the
done with
characters
like-
involved.
oh,
in it.
obviously.
It also focuses around
Yeah,
Red, but
obviously.
there's, dare I say, camaraderie or camaraderie? There's a squad. There's a squad of men. Exactly, friendship. There's friendship between soldiers. Any chance we're going to be seeing any of the story told from any of their perspectives, or is this very much Red's story?
Well, it's Red's story, but it's also the story of the platoon and what they, who and what they encounter. So we will
Oh,
have,
look at that. White
different
boy coming back
characters.
to
I
Call
mean,
of
this is
Duty
a
after betraying
international
us for
war,
Battlefield. Fuck outta
And it's
here.
also a different time, right? So we have a lot of different characters in the
Don't
game.
just come back because the game
we
looks
talked about
fucking good
Rousseau
now.
earlier, and Zussman and Crowley. who's
So many people, bro.
British. We also have
Betray the fucking franchise. Don't play it for 3 years. Oh, I'm coming back now.
You know, we have
fuck out of
we
here.
bumped into an African American.
Punched him in the fucking face.
Platoon that was there, and of course the way that they were treated is going to be shown in the game. And we don't really pull any punches in the game.
You didn't
Just try and
abandon
tell
COD.
the
You
truth.
played Black Ops 3.
And, you know, and really across the whole game, single player, multiplayer, zombies. This is a global cast and a diverse cast, right? So there's heroes of the war from all over the globe. Nearly every country is involved in some way, and so women heroes, men
When you're
heroes,
what?
you know, all
In
kinds
class
of
is what
diversity
that meant?
of
That's what I'm
opportunities
reading
to
it
play. Characters
White
throughout
Boy
the
didn't
world.
play.
That
White
was
Boy hasn't
important.
played since Black Ops 2.
And Call of Duty's going
Or maybe
back
Ghosts.
to World War
Maybe
II, which
Ghosts.
I know the whole world is very excited.
Fuck Call of Duty was
about
for
where it all
H1Z1.
began. Was part
Fuck
of your
you,
process
Mike.
at all going back and looking at the you know the early
abandoned COD this
Call of
year?
Duty
That's because you're
games
just
set
poor
in
as shit.
World War II, and if so, what were you?
And you
looking
weren't
for,
willing
and
to
what did you learn
spend
from those?
$80 for
Even though I've been
MWR.
making games for 20 plus years.
Wait, no, you bought the fucking
we were
game.
Fans of the franchise before.
You
we were
abandoned
developers of the
shit.
franchise,
You
so
played
it was
it.
a real honor to be given the opportunity as a studio. It was pretty humbling for Activision to give us a chance to bring it back.
Oh,
to its
in
roots.
school
But
suspension.
We really wanted to tell our
okay.
story, an
True
original
COD
story.
fans
you
live
know,
with the ups and downs of it.
First infantry
Exactly.
fighting first.
Exactly. Yeah, I know. I remember you
15,000
did buy it.
or
I
35,000 troops.
Yeah.
And we chose a squad of 12, so it's a very original and unique story that we bring to life in this game.
Cool. Now we
Pre-orders
have 1
are now
minute,
available
so
on
there's one
Amazon.
question I really want to ask, and that is about headquarters. So
I'm a pre-order this
obviously-
shit.
You're gonna grill us.
Well, I've got a minute, so probably not.
Okay, good.
But can you really give us some kind of details? What do we do in this space? Now, we've seen other online shooters with social spaces, and you can visit vendors, and you can interact with your friends. What are you actually bringing with headquarters?
But what I can tell you, E3 is going to be huge for us, right? But I will tell you, headquarters is a big deal.
We
Headquarters
gotta
is
wait a
really,
couple months, bro.
And a big innovation that we've put a lot of time into at the studio. We're calling it the off the front lines experience. There's so much great community of Call of Duty fans out there, and we want to provide a way for them to be rewarded, to compete, to be recognized, to show off.
So we can
and to
actually
be
do
social.
shit in there?
So there'll be fun new things you can do only in headquarters. I think I lost my mic.
No, you're good.
And a bunch of ways to really engage in the community in ways you haven't done before.
Amazing. Well, that is it, guys. Thank you so much for coming back out and joining us.
E3's in
Guys,
June.
thank
Well,
you
yeah,
so
it's
much
the
for
end
watching
of-
at home, for being here.
the end
We
of
really
April.
appreciate it. Very, very
Month
nerve-wracking.
and a half.
Now, you guys, we would really like it if you would stay tuned for the YouTube channel, because there's always more coming up. We're definitely seeing you guys at E3 now.
Certainly.
So you don't forget to join PlayStation Access, because there's going to be loads more coverage of Call of Duty World War II. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been an incredible evening, and we look forward to see what you've got coming.
Thanks to you, and
We look
thanks to
forward
everyone here.
Yeah, thank
It's
you.
been great.
Limited beta codes? I don't know. Maybe.
The Second World War goes beyond all boundaries in every category.
Yeah, you only get it for
We see more
pre-ordering.
nations involved in a single conflict. We see casualties higher than ever before. Just a generation before, at the end of the First World War, the Great War, they didn't call it World War I because they expected that nothing like this would ever happen again. And a generation later, something happens that's even bigger and even worse in so many ways.
We have the honor of making this year's Call of Duty called World War II.
Our chance to tell the epic, gritty, visceral story of the world's greatest conflict.
There is a genuine interest in producing a product.
Well, the beta's
that is
not fucked like
historically
last year.
authentic.
Every part of this game has been
The fucking game is
researched
fucked.
and nuanced and studied.
Infinite Warfare
and
beta was
scanned
better than the
and
actual
photographed.
game.
We really tried to get the respect and the details right of the game.
This is about ordinary people doing extraordinary things.
The brotherhood, the camaraderie.
Introducing Call of
the
Duty World
guy
War II
next
private
to
beta
that
later this
became
year.
the
Pre-order to
thing
play it
for
first
our
on
game.
PlayStation 4.
On a personal level, honoring the story was crucial for us, and it was something we really committed to.
Our story weaves in and out of real historical events. We've gone to great pains to create those authentic battles. One of the biggest things we wanted to get across was a sense of camaraderie.
The people you serve side by side
now.
with, you develop bonds with those people.
Hopefully players will
Right
walk
after
away
end
from
the
this
stream.
story feeling like they really know these guys.
Welcome to the bloody first.
World at
And
War
they care about
remakes.
them.
Art influences the game in
I
a
don't
huge
know.
way. The lighting and the tonality and the colors. We want to be
Maybe.
able to have the player feel something.
By creating a very
It was
believable
Treyarch's
environment,
game,
it
so I don't
allows the
know.
player to slip into this world.
The vision for
I don't
the
know
art
if they'd be
direction
allowed
we
to
call
do
dark
that.
and beautiful. It was emotionally dark, visually beautiful. More than just being cool and
When can you
pretty,
pre-order?
it's
You can
about
pre-order
trying to
now.
get people to
You can
soon
pre-order
have
the game right
a
now.
deeper emotional reaction to the game.
You actually like the
Our
game in
modeling
beta
department is
and the actual
amazing.
game.
The
Exactly.
weapons,
I love the
vehicles,
Infinite Warfare
tanks,
beta.
Even the cars you might see on the
Because the
city
sniping was
street.
amazing,
The level
bro,
of
and they
detail is
fucked it
just
up.
phenomenal.
It's a huge endeavor, but we have to stay true to the source material. We have to research and watch a lot of film, a lot of archive footage to see how combatants in World War II would behave. Sometimes the hardest things are the biggest payoffs. The combination of the model, the animation, and the audio creates that punchiness to the weapon.
We record everything. Every location we record
I actually
it for
love
the
this
game.
video.
The
I know they
ambiences,
played it already,
The music,
but
the
shit.
dialogue, everything has to be created from scratch. We had a real opportunity here to do
Like,
a
they
level
actually
of
got the real
authenticity
fucking
and
guns
reality,
and
true to the war,
recorded the
true to the
sounds off
soldiers
them.
who fought in that war. We had this great opportunity with Marty Morgan, our military advisor. We spent a lot of time on a gun range with all of the authentic World War II.
It would only
weaponry.
seem right. It wouldn't
to
seem right
understand
because it's a
the
Treyarch
absolute
game and this
violence
is a
of the Second
Sledgehammer
World
game.
War. It's
I'm
critical
kind of
to
sad because this
understand
means
how
World at War
weapons and
2
firepower
probably won't
function.
exist. This is basically
This
World
is a
at War 2.
story that's bigger.
It's
than
got
all of us.
Nazi
This is a whole
zombies
new
and it's in
generation who
World
might
War
not
II.
have a
It's
lot of
basically
experience
World
with
at
this
War
time
2.
period. I think this is a great opportunity to have them experience that and feel that.
We've made something pretty incredible, and I'm very proud of it.
It's perhaps the greatest compliment I've been paid in my career to work
I
on this
just hated
project.
IW
This is the most
Yeah, you
powerful
never
game
liked
I've
the
ever
beta
worked on.
either.
It's very personal. It's very humbling.
You know, I've been making games for over 26 years. And I'll tell you, it's the best game we ever made.
I fucking love Glenn Schofield, man. I love him. He's so passionate. I fucking love him. God damn. That was awesome. So it was only an hour long. Fuck yeah. Alright, because remakes. So, yeah, true. Very true. Fuck yeah, bro. Fuck yeah. DLC 5, get out of here. It's fake. Let's refresh this bitch. 417,000? Oh, that's not that bad. It's still getting dislikes. Why? Actually, why? I'm very curious. Yeah, look, they gave us what we wanted. People are still people are fucking stupid. To dislike people are XO. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I can see it. I don't know why. I don't know how, but I can see people disliking it because of no exosuits. I don't know why people would like exosuits better, unless like that was their first Call of Duty was fucking Infinite Warfare. I have to say Treyarch would have made this game 10 times better. You don't even know, bitch.
You said you could pre-order it already?
Yeah.
Did you pre-order it?
I'm gonna pre-order it now. I'm gonna end the stream now and pre-order it.
Yeah, 2 of them.
Huh?
Pre-order 2 of them.
The max copy?
Mm-hmm.
There's only 2 copies this year. The max one's $100 US, so it'll be like $150 Canadian.
What does it come with?
It says
anything physical or just in-game?
It says steel bookcase, season pass, and much and more. That's all it says right now. So probably nothing, unless they're gonna come out with it later. Another tier.
So should you wait to pre-order it in case you buy it?
No, you can just upgrade to EB games. Yeah. Getting dislikes, people like this shit on COD. I know. You're here, Poto? Well, it's done now. My guy Polito working his ass off. First stream and then 2 more videos. Yeah, bro. I gotta end this stream. I'll probably go for 2 more minutes. It says 58 minutes. We'll go for an hour. And yeah. What do you guys think? I'm fucking hyped as shit. I'm actually hyped as shit. How long is the trailer? 2 minutes? We'll let this bitch go on mute. But I'm hyped as fuck. I'm actually hyped as fuck. I'll probably get visual and everything copyrights on this shit. I don't care, bro. I don't care. We'll have it maybe a little bit in the background. Yeah, we'll have a little bit in the background. There. Bro, I'm hyped. I'm hyped. Yeah, after this, I gotta go make a video. I already have the LS2 video ready. I beat the game last night. Phenomenal game. But, yeah. I'm hyped even though I don't like where... Yeah, man. If Alan's hyped, everybody's fucking hyped. Unless you're a Battlefield hater. But yeah, we'll just let this trailer play. Once it's done, I'll fuck off. But yeah, I'm hyped. I'm hyped as shit. This game's gonna be great. Finally. I'm good with MWR for now, though. MWR is a great game. But it'll be nice to go back to World War II. That'd be really nice. None of this colorful bullshit with fucking the whip and the nay-nay and this and that, bro. Back to... Literally back to its roots, man. Literally back to its roots. This is Call of Duty. Never mind this futuristic bullshit. Looks really good, I know. Especially because I know Nazi zombies. Real shit, though. I'm actually kind of excited to play Call of Duty. Exactly. Stick with PC for now. Mike, did you watch the thing? Did you hear there's Nazi zombies coming back? Not just zombies, Nazi zombies. Oh my god. This is gonna be amazing. Bro, I'm so fucking hyped. Bro, I'm gonna get to play with my boys again. Let's go. November fucking 3rd. So I'll be getting it like... What am I getting it at? Fucking October 29th? Some shit like that. Bro, I'm gonna pre-order it right now. I'm gonna end this stream and I'm gonna pre-order it. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna leave it. Nope, we're gonna leave it here. Yeah, man, I'm fucking hyped. Alright. Well, that's been the stream. That's been, I guess, my live reaction. Campaign, insane multiplayer, probably not. It's not really insane. Oh, yeah, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna end it here. I got another video to make that will upload. And, yeah. Hoping this doesn't... It won't get fucked. It won't get fucked. Let's just hope. Alright. I'm gonna fuck off. Thank you guys for watching with me. You guys are absolute legends. Because I know it's like the middle of the day. People are in school and shit. But, yeah. I'll see you in a few hours with another video. And then Outlast later on. Adios.